looking at the situation and saying, no matter what the situation is, I will love you and I'll live my life accordingly. And so I pray that you'll do that. And I know that's what you're committing to today. But you know, those verses do go on, and they give advice to the husbands as well. So let me share that. Husbands, love your wives. It seems easy right now, right? Doesn't it? Just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her whole, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word, to present her to himself as a radiant church without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. See, the point that's being made here, I think, is that while she is supposed to take this role of submission, recognizing you as the spiritual leader of your home, you are to take a position of love that Christ had. Now, for those who don't understand what Christ did for the church, Christ died for the church. Christ gave up everything that he had so that he might give it to his bride. And that's what I want to challenge you with today. You see, because just like submission indicates full commitment, sacrifice, giving yourself, indicates a full commitment to her. It indicates a commitment to trust as well. And that trust is not based upon saying, well, Christ made me the head of this home, and so you're going to do what I say, woman. No, it's not till tomorrow. No, it indicates that you trust her, and you want to do what's best for her. It indicates unconditional love. Unconditional love that says, every time a situation comes up, I want to do what's best for her. It says that Christ wanted to present the church without blemish, blameless. You should live your life in such a way to do everything you can to lead her closer to Christ. Your life should be about sacrifice for her and for your family together. That's what God has challenged you to. So while sometimes people like to bring up those scriptures, and I think they're fantastic scriptures because they indicate love and not a division of position in the family. But instead, God has called you to a much higher level than he has your wife. He's called you to take every situation and say, what's best for my family? Well, I'm going to deny myself so that they might receive what they need. Paul wrote to the Corinthians those wonderful words. Many people can quote them because they've been to a wedding before. Some of you might have even had a bet. Will he use this scripture? Well, now here's the payoff. Love is patient and it's kind. It's not jealous. It doesn't brag. It is not proud. Love is not rude. It is not selfish. And it cannot be made angry easily. Love does not remember wrongs done against it. Love is never happy when others do wrong. It is always happy with the truth. Love never gives up on people. It never stops trusting. It never loses hope. It never quits. And that's what unconditional love is. And as you submit to your husband, that's the unconditional love you should have. As you sacrifice for your wife, that's the level of love that you should have as well. So as we share together today, we share some vows with one another. I'd like you to turn and face each other. Eli and Becky, I want to remind you that marriage is indeed a precious gift, a lifelong commitment, and a challenge to one another to be more completely for each other every day. Eli, I ask you first, with this understanding, you take Becky to be your wife, to live together in marriage. You promise to love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, and to be faithful only to her, so long as you shall both live. It's the right hand. I've already signed it, Mary. Well, Becky, I'm giving you the same chance here. With this understanding, you take Eli to be your husband, to live together in marriage. You promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, and to be faithful only to him, so long as you shall both live. Well, I know that you all have shared this with me, that you have rings that you would like to exchange with one another. And I'd like to ask you to take your ring first. You still have it. That's a good sign. Place that on her finger and repeat these words as you do that. This ring, a gift for you, symbolizes my desire
symbolizes my desire
that you will be my wife
that you will be my wife
from this day forth.
from this day forward,
And this ring has no end,
and this ring has no end,
neither shall my love for you.
neither shall my love for you.
All right, and you still have a ring for him?
Good.
Good.
Works out great. All right, and Becky, if you do this as well, place it on his finger and repeat this. This ring,
And this ring,
a gift for you,
I give for you,
symbolizes my desire
symbolizes my desire
that you will be my husband
that you be my husband
from this day forth.
from this day forward.
As this ring has no end,
And this ring has no end,
neither shall my love for you.
neither shall my love for you.
Well, by the power that has been invested in me by God, and through churches who have stood behind me to say, you are a guy that can do this, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss your bride. And as you face all these wonderful friends and family, you can tell them who this is. Hello. And now everyone together. Da, 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 da.
I waddle slowly. There's a difference.
You're just gonna stand there the whole time.
Yes. I like your flowers, they're pretty.
So now we eat?
Now we celebrate.
Now it's.
Now it's
All right.
We have reservations at Chico's